Hey, Shalom Akim, Yabashima Shabrakata, Bashem Rukakadash, but I'm not sure the game DC Cam. With a quick lesson to the Father since Akim doing the work of Yabashima Shai with all diligence and double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Yeah, so just a reminder, Akim, we understand that this are not at rest. America's not at rest, also known as Babylon. Because you see on the screen here, it talks about bank closures. They're going to have some more branches closing. So I got a letter in the mail from Capital One, saying, well, the branch in the neighborhood is going to be closing down. So the last day is April 28th of this year. So that just made me, get an idea just to, keep the ICAM aware of what's happening, in your local communities. Not just in the United States, also have in England. If you look at the first entry right there, that's different banks. I believe RBC. All right, so I played the one for Wells Fargo. All right, yeah, it's like Akim. It's just Satan, man.
Wells Fargo plans to close 800 more branches by 2020 by CNN. Wells Fargo scrambling to cut costs and offset soaring legal expenses plans to pull the plug on 800 more bank branches by 2020. The planned closings announced on Friday will leave Wells Fargo with about 5,000 branches. The bank closed more than 200 branches last year, but still finished the year with more than 5,800, the most in the United States. On a conference call with the Wall Street analysts, Wells Fargo execs pinned the closings on Americans' increasing preference for online and mobile banking. We will have as many branches as.
But that's not really the case, man. All they do is just preparing folks, for a shutdown, of human to human interaction. It's going to be much more of a dealing with machines, dealing with ATMs, banking online, the RFID technology, which is the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. So you already understand that it's all happening in stages, man. It's all happening in stages. Because once folks get that chip, you know, then you're going to see what's going to happen with these banks, that they're all part of the plan, all along. So, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, man. Because these banks make money a lot, man. There's no such thing as this bank losing money. They're always making money somehow, somewhere.
Customers want for as long as they want them, said John Shrewsbury, the chief financial officer. But analysts also see a link to Wells Fargo's infamous legal troubles. The bank's litigation expenses more than tripled to $3.3 billion last quarter. The legal costs stem from the bank's fake account debacle, investigations into pre-crisis mortgages, and other consumer-related matters. Those mounting expenses have unnerved Wall Street. The bank plans to cut $2 billion in expenses this year and another $2 billion in 2019. Well, that's pretty much it. We just wanted to share this bit of information with you guys as, Wells Fargo does plan to shut down another 250 branches this year, which is a lot. And I myself personally use Wells Fargo Bank, so I do not even live near one, but I kept my account as I can do most of what I want to do online. But anyways, we hope you guys all have an amazing Friday night, and we will see you guys next video.
Yeah, so that's it, Akim. And I'll bring out a precept, just to keep Akim up to speed. So Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. All right, I'll just go to the point. The first verse is important. It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not." nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So it's important I can remember that this is the best time, man, to get with the Most High's program. You don't want to wait to the last minute. It's going to be very detrimental. Salvation, it's like 2 seconds or a second away, a millisecond away. Bros, you got to make up their mind, man. You're going to get with the Most High's program, or you're just going to fall away with the 2/3. So, bros, got to pray that Yahweh Shema Shai keeps them stable in this knowledge, man, because there's no confidence in a society that's based on a false foundation, man. All right. So I'm gonna jump over. Well, read verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened or the clouds return after the rain. All right. So things are gonna happen, but regardless, man, folks are gonna doubt with doubt. But for the men of the Lord, everything, it's all prophecy. It's all prophecy into the minute things. All right. So verse 3 says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and grandeurs cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. So this economic forecast, man, Wall Street is always focusing on. It's not very pleasant, to the elites. That in the mix, man. They know that America is gonna crumble. The plug is being pulled, slowly. The economy is not it's not as hot as it used to be. So that lets you know that our salvation is nearer than we believed. We just gotta hold on for the tribulation that's coming our way. You gotta hope in Yahweh Shai for that salvation. And then verse 4 says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grandin is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So unemployment is going to skyrocket, man. When this bank starts to close, retail stores are already closing, government layoffs are going to happen. Wall Street is going to lay off also. So it's going to be a snowball effect, man. There's no running away from it. Brothers got to face it head on. It's part of things that must happen. All right. So just to bring up another precept, Isaiah 28. Yeah, because folks are going to be very uncomfortable. Then you're going to see people's true colors. It's going to happen, man. There will be nothing the government can do to cheer the people up, man. It's going to be so much chaos. So this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 20. So it says, for the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering narrower than he can wrap himself in it. So it's gonna, be rough, man, for folks, man. Rough families, regardless of their nationality, Israel, Edom, Ishmael, Ham, Moab, Japhet, Ammon, Aram. It's going to be across the four corners of the earth. It's going to be so much madness, folks screaming and yelling for vexation of spirit. So the economy is going to crumble, man. There's no way around it. So just to move on back to the simple precepts, because in these banks, it's mostly these women, man. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Just put in the keyword. Say women and ease. Yeah, 'cause that's the life of a woman, man. All right. Because a lot of these bank jobs, it's always the women you see most of the time, man. So as much as it's going to affect women, it's going to affect men also. There's no way around it. So it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. All right, so it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So, they say women, so-called that backbone of a household ever since Esau destroyed the families, So, hey, folks depending on that check to come in are going to be upset, man. Women will go to prostituting, themselves just to make ends meet, man. It's going to be crazy, not just grown-ass women, but teenage girls also, man. It's going to be so messed up. Young boys doing the same thing. So it's going to be crazy, man. Folks think there's just going to be women out there hoeing around. So men too is going to be hoeing around, trying to pay the bills too, man, because this society has made things so bad that the folks that were not on their watch in the spirit of Yabashima Shai are going to get caught off guard. So, verse 11 says, tremble, you women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless daughters. Or ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right. So it says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right. So it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Folks that live in the cities and the suburbs. It's gonna be rough times, man. I can't run away from this. You gotta go through this fire. The Most High has already ordained us to understand this knowledge, and then you gotta share with the people. You gotta be diligent to speak these words of life to the elect. Wherever they may be on the face of the earth. Bro's gotta be grateful that God is understanding. All right, so it's gonna be nice, man. And then another key word there is sedition. All right, sedition. All right, so let's start from. I just put S. Academic seditions. All right. So that's a common trend that we're gonna be seeing, man. But then pull up another app. Yeah, so like I can just bear with me. I'll pull up another app for the 1611. Alright, so I want to type in the word sedition there. Just bear with me. Slack here. Yeah, I just find just bear with me. I pull it up on a better app. All right. Just bear with me 1 second because it's very important. I'll just bring out these precepts, man. There's no cutting in the corners. All right, sedition. All right, so I read Second Ezra. All right, so it says Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, They shall not regard their princes, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so it's going to be so bad, man. Folks are going to be upset. So I'm going to play the video from England. That's yeah, that's Esau just messing up a brother's you know app. So that's exactly what we got to deal with. All right, so this is one for England.
QuickBooks Self-Employed goes
You can see
everywhere
that.
you do. You can track your mileage automatically. All is not well in Hollywell. The only bank that's guaranteed to stand by this part of Flintshire is the one that separates it from the River Dee. Until last year, there were 4 banks on the high street. One after another, 3 of them closed. Each hole in the wall became just a hole in a wall. The cash point of the one remaining bank now has a permanent queue.
For a lot of people, they only came into town for the banks. So because the banks had gone, it was easier to go somewhere where they're in the town where there is a bank, so they can do the shopping and do the banking at the same time.
Karen Lloyd runs a flower shop in Hollywell. She says the bank's departure has been devastating for small businesses like hers, which need branches to deposit their cash takings.
They all say that they're for the businesses and that, and yet they're not helping us at all, making it harder for us to get to them. Because we can't just know if we run out of change, or you need to do a bank for cash and that, you can't just get nipped to the bank anymore. You've got to physically.
So you see, Kim. So lets you know that the banks are also part of the plan. To get that RFID chip, because they got to make it hard for people to have person-to-person contact. Business transactions that requires cash. They switched over to the credit cards, the debit cards. The money cards. Now they want to switch over to the RFID chip. All they gotta do is just from a remote location, your money could be added to the chip. You don't have to go to the ATM to get cash. All right. Just scan your hand at the device. Well, that's what they do. I won't say your hand, but the person got to scan their hand at the device, and then they deduct it from the chip. I'll play the video some more.
Of course, this isn't just happening in this town, it's happening all over the United Kingdom. The government has opened up banking to competition, and many of the newcomers into the market are online only. Clicks don't need many bricks. In an effort to stay competitive, the traditional banks are dropping branches faster than a dead tree in a storm. All over the UK are the scars of missing bank signs. At the start of 2017, the big 4 UK banks had 5,354 branches between them. Since then, Barclays has closed 98 branches, HSBC 129. Lloyds, which includes Halifax and Bank of Scotland, have closed or announced they will close 250, and RBS, which includes NatWest, have closed or announced they will close 471.
Yep. So that's putting a squeeze on the people. That's part of prophecy. The Most High is pulling off that spirit of entrepreneurship, man. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so messed up. In this society of Esau, and then it's gonna be World War III.
That's a total of 948 branches gone or going in a little over a year. For most towns, the story would end there, with empty buildings and a sense of decline. And so it might have done for Hollywell, had it not been for a chance conversation between the local MP and a tech executive.
So I met David Hanson, the MP for the overall constituency in Delyn, and we were talking about the issues that Hollywell was facing. And as Square is a relatively new business to the UK, we only launched in March this year, we were really keen understand the problems that small businesses have there and see if there was anything that we could do to help.
I have a Lindy 3-meter one, which is a little bit on the long side.
Square is already big in the US. It allows small businesses like Phil Jones' computer store in Hollywell to take card payments with a smartphone. There's no contract and there's a fixed fee. In partnership with the town council, Square has given free card readers to any business that wanted one. Over 90% have signed up.
So that I can. So that's just part of prophecy, because the banks always got to have cash. So once you get rid of the branches or institutions that deal with cash, before you know it, everything's all digital now. So you got folks got to carry the money card, the debit card, the credit cards around, tap it on that little white box right there, and the person receives money. Say technology this, technology that, how it could solve a problem. The so-called banks cause the problem, and then they expect the people to go back to them for the solution. They give funding to all these digital companies to create ideas or avenues to get people accustomed to taking digital payments without exchanging cash. Online banking, all that RFID stuff. So that's just proof right there.
I took cards up until 2014, and then I stopped taking cards. The payment terminal that I had was costing me a lot of money as rental, and I had minimum processing fees every month, and then there was different varying costs for different types of transactions. Some lower than Square, some higher than Square. So, in average, even if I wasn't using it, it was costing me over £40 odd a month just to have the machine here.
For many businesses in Hollywell, that outlay just didn't make sense. So they were locked in a world of cash. But now, without the physical banks they and their customers needed to process that cash. Sweeney Ted Palmer has cut hair in Hollywell for decades. He's typical of a cash-locked business. His haircuts cost £6. Having a card reader made no sense. Initially, he was resistant to Square's help.
£6, mate. Okay, thanks very much.
Now he says he wouldn't go back.
People do ask me, do I take card, and I've lost custom because of it. On a couple of occasions, I cut people's hair on a couple of occasions, and they said, "You take card?" And I said no, and they said, "Oh, I'll go and get the cash off the machine," and I've watched them through the window. Go, carry on. Yeah, just not bother coming back. So to me, it was a no-brainer there. As long as it was viable, it's another service that I can offer, and people are carrying less and less cash around.
The banks still visit Hollywell. This NatWest mobile banking van sets up once a week in the council car park.
You saw it as a joke. I said mobile banking. Put your banking in the van. So it lets you know, man, Esau doesn't give a shit about his people, man. All they gotta do is just make them, into donkeys, man. This in the so-called carrot and stick approach. Because you're just playing with the people's minds. Wind them up, send them in a spin, and then try to catch them.
Bank online. Once you get out of town, internet connection isn't always good enough. Free card payment readers aren't going to solve those challenges. The town council says the project's main benefit is to restore some self-belief in Hollywell.
I can definitely see a turnaround from the dismay of the original bank shutting to people feeling positive about the town. We need to make a lot of changes.
Yeah, it's like so it's just like a minute documentary. I just had a few precepts to put up. So it's gonna be crazy, man. Folks lose jobs that had opportunities in the banking sector. So it's gonna be rough, man. Folks are gonna have to, find another hustle. That's why, having the Most High on your side or being on the Most High side is so important in these last days, man. Even in the past times. So, it's very important that I don't lose sight. I'll just pull up a quick precept. Yeah, just bear with me. I gotta put this all real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So I'll pull up the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" All right. So verse 11 says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction." So that's what we're going into now, the time of affliction. So that's when our faith is going to be tested. Folks going to have to know that Yahweh Shema Shah is there, and to keep us, from the way of the strange woman, the way of idolatry, the way of putting trust in Babylon, man. This man's financial system, educational system, legal system. It's sad. So when the scripture talks about confidence, faithful man is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. So that's why in this society, folks are always in constant pain, man. It's always worry, stress, lack of sleep, what you call sleep deprivation, long lines and queues. How to stop by the by the post office trying to renew my passport so I could travel. But hey, it's a long line there. And then you see that so much inefficiency. All right. So that lets you know that it's not our kingdom. We're just here to serve captivity. We're here to live hand to mouth. But the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai is everlasting, man. It gives you a balanced view of what's happened, what's happening, what's about to happen. So it's gonna be nice in the kingdom of heaven, beautiful. You won't have to worry about going to a bank to deposit your money, your treasures and all that stuff, because you have access to all that in the kingdom. All right, I'll play this video and let's see how much it goes.
But it certainly helps. First, technology came for the record shops and the toy shops and the bookshops and the travel agents. The fact that it's now come for the bank branches may feel inevitable, and viewed from a busy city, even a reasonable evolution. But viewed from many rural towns, the departure of the banks can feel more like a dire threat to their economic life.
Yep. I know what it's about economic life, the household management. That's what the word economics means, household management of life. So folks gotta understand, man, the word of Yahweh Shema Shai gives you life. That's the real economics right there. If Mosiah gives you that skill to be able to hold on to his word and apply it, and that's why it's called good economics, man. Because we as his servants must know how to, study his word, hold on to it, man, use it appropriately. All right, we shouldn't take the word of Yahweh Shema Shai for granted. So Hakim, I hope you've been edified, that Lord willing, whatever the Most High sends my way, I share with you, Hakim, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. The men of the Lord doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai without hesitation. Stay strong, stay faithful. Keep your eyes open, because this is the signs of the times, man. The financial system is crumbling. So it's going to be a painful pinch, that folks are going to feel. Shalom.